How deflating is it to lose your first two?
It's just extremely disappointing. You know, we go one game at a time, but this is a game we're up 29-20 in the first half. Really playing well offensively, sharing the basketball. You know, obviously they were making some plays, making some shots, but you're up 9 points, and that's a point in the game where you got to grab hold of it and go take the game. And we obviously didn't.
Shaka, are you worried at all about, I mean, it's early in the conference season, but things kind of slipping away from you with this team, either mentally or emotionally or anything?
Well, you know, right now I'm focused on the next 3 days. And, you know, we have a game on Saturday against a good, hard-playing team, and we have a group of guys, you know, right now on our team that want to win, but have to want and need and have a desperation to do all the little things that go into winning more. We shoot the ball the way we did tonight, the way we did in our last game. It certainly creates a smaller margin for error. But as I just told Matt, I mean, you guys are Big 12 players. You guys are, you know, guys that made shots before and made plays before, and you know, you got to flat out go out and do it. And you know, that's the biggest thing that we've got to correct and improve on, just in terms of our margin for error out there on the floor.
Shaka, as much as you talk about paint touches, and stress to these guys, why does Jericho go long stretches without touching it when it's clear that he can be the best player on the floor?
Yeah. We actually made a lot of play calls for him tonight. They did a nice job of taking away some of the post entries. You got 9 shot attempts in a game like tonight. We'd rather he get 15 plus. Some of that is on Jericho in terms of being a little bit more aggressive with the ceiling. You know, but in a game like tonight, we got to force feed it down there, and that's, you know, if you look at us offensively right now, if a night like tonight where you shoot the ball the way we did, you know, it has to go in there to him more.
Does he know how great he could be if he was more demonstrative in demanding the ball instead of getting plays run for him, just getting his teammates face I gotta have it.
Yes and no. I think. You know, I've said this many times before. Like he's going to get to that point where he has a full awareness of exactly who he is physically and what he can do. We're, you know, trying to speed that process up. I think he's made progress, but no. I mean, he not the way that you and I would understand that. Because honestly, you know, the way that he's improving. You know, I think physically he has the ability to get the ball almost every time. And you know, it sounds like a little thing, but he's got to call for it, you know, when he is open. He's got to demand it from his teammates. He's just starting to do that some, but not every time. And, you know, he's had some really good games of late. You know, the big emphasis to him coming off of this game is going to be, you got 9 attempts, 5 offensive rebounds. You know, that number's got to be higher.
Shaka, it seemed like those first 10, 12 minutes, you guys were playing with the kind of mindset that you've been preaching, you know, aggressive, confident, loose, and making the right plays, whipping it around, and then it seemed like for whatever reason it just kind of went away. Are you scratching your head kind of too? Because we're watching and we're like,
well, I mean,
one team, another.
Our number one emphasis offensively going into this game was to move the ball movement. Oklahoma does a ton of switching. And our guys did a really good job to start the game of moving it around. Now, it always looks better when you move it around and then you make the shot at the back end of that. But, you know, at that kind of midway through the half, we had some possessions where we got stagnant. We had a couple guards that, you know, it was too much dribbling, but at the same time, they needed our bigs to flash a little bit sooner. we talked about that and the timeouts. We talked about it at halftime. We had some better possessions, but still we never got back to that point where we were in the first half. To your point of just being aggressive and confident, I thought there was like a tentative nature, even for some of our guys when they did shoot the ball, particularly in the second half. These games are games that there's going to be twists, and there's going to be back and forth, there's going to be runs. You got to have the ability to, move on from the last play or the last, negative shot or whatever it is, and go with a level of confidence to go make the next play. We obviously do everything we can as coaches to put that in them, but that's to be honest, our biggest area that we have to get fixed between now and Saturday is just our guys stepping up and saying, I'm gonna go make the shot. I'm a good player. I can make this play. I can make this shot.
Until Jericho gets to that point of aggression that you mentioned, what can you and him do differently to get more than, on a night like tonight, more than 9 touches? We gotta make even more play calls for him, and we made a lot of them tonight. I'd say probably the majority of the ones we called for him. He got the ball on some of them. On some other ones, they forced him out or they denied the catch. He can dominate physically, guys. He played a lot of minutes tonight. I think he got a little tired at times, but we've got to do that even more. And to be honest, sometimes the best way to get him the ball is to move it, to come off a screen, to throw it back, and then to go in. That's not necessarily a play call where it's a set situation where there's some movement. And that's something that we have to get more of. You got a lot of dribble penetration and shots in the first half, but did it become too much dribbling in one-on-one ball?
We didn't get enough out of the times we got in the paint. I look at our internal stats when we review the film and review the game, but we make a big deal of trying to get in the paint because normally that creates good things for you, but we didn't finish enough in there. We had some costly turnovers when we were in there, and then when we did kick the ball out from being in the paint, we obviously didn't shoot the ball as well, particularly after that first stretch where we got off to a good start.
Are you concerned at all that maybe these guards have too much freedom right now offensively in terms of dictating what you guys as coaches want? I mean, you said, Jericho has some play calls and things like that, but when the ball doesn't get in there, do you think they have too much freedom?
And for that specific, for Jericho, it wasn't that they looked him off or didn't throw it in there. It was more, some of that's on him creating position. There was probably a few times where they could have gotten it to him. In terms of too much freedom, to be honest with you, that's if you want to go out and play with an aggressive and confident mindset, you need freedom. But if you don't do that, you need less freedom. So, in a game like tonight, based on the way that some of those plays went, there should be less freedom. There needs to be. We have to script even more. When guys are playing like they are tonight, but it's a double-edged sword because for them to be able to break out and make the plays they need to make for us, they do need some level of it.
And that's what I was curious about, the fine line of it's not high school where you're literally calling every play, every possession. You do have to give them some freedom, but how do you balance that where you need to take more control?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Well, I think coming off of our last 2 games, we're going to have to dictate even more, depending on our lineups, who's in the game. One big key tonight was, we had at our 4 position, we had a real dilemma in terms of kind of one guy being better on offense, other guys being better on defense, and they really took advantage of that. That being said, our guards have to play better, for us to win a game like tonight.
2 last ones, please. Doolittle has done well here. He said he thought the rims were soft here. He likes your rims.
He's a good player. I mean, he came in I think it was 28 his freshman year, and we knew that he was playing with a lot of confidence, and I think our guys forced him into some tough shots, some of which he made, including the bank three and the step back three in the second half. But there were some other possessions where we allowed him to get where he wanted to go, and he's a good player. I mean, you got to give him credit for that. But they made a lot of 2-point shots, that some of which we needed to contest better, some of which we contested well. When a team's kind of rolling like that and making shots, you just got to find a way to make them miss. You have to. Our aggressiveness on the defensive end has got to be ramped up. It just flat out does. And when you're playing good teams, you have to do that without fouling. And we didn't do a good enough job of that tonight.
Last one.
It's this kind of recent stretch over the last few games. Has it kind of surprised you that you guys have kind of stagnated, offensively and defensively? And how confident are you that you guys can get these guys out of this slump and get them in the right direction?
We have to. I mean, that's our job, and that's where we are. We have to lead the way for them to see how we can be the best version of our team. And in this league, you can have games where you play really well and it's still, anybody's game at the end. So in terms of the recent stretch, I think the biggest key that we have to improve on and our guys have to understand is, these games, there's a smaller margin for error on both ends of the floor and in everything you do. And there has to be a mentality of this play right here, all these little details, because that margin of error is smaller, I have to own them. Our guys know them, but there's a difference between knowing and doing. It's definitely a very, very disappointing stretch. At the same time, I believe our guys can and will be better. And, you have to have that belief when you go into, walk in the locker room the next day and you walk onto the court the next game. These are good teams in the league, but these are games that, if we play with the level of fight and will to play the right way and do the right things and then response, we're going to have a chance to win, and that's what we have to do on Saturday.